Okay, welcome everyone. And if you've landed here, then you could be a woman in sales and you're our ideal audience because our goal for this video is to give you clear expectations of, first of all, who Lauren and I are and the experience we have and what we can bring to the table, and ultimately why you should become a member of Top Performers. So we're going to start today with some quick intros of who we are, give you some background on ourselves, why we started this, who Top Performers is, and why you should become a member today. Am I missing anything, Lauren?
No, come on
Okay.
in.
Okay, so I'll start with a quick intro. I'm Jodie Rathke, and I have about 20 years of B2B sales experience. I took a little bit of a break recently to be home with my kiddo. But to give you some background of, why I got into sales, the number one, well, actually, I should be honest, sales found me. I didn't go looking for a sales job, but once I did, I fell in love with it. There's so many reasons. I think you meet amazing people when you're in sales. You have opportunity to make an enormous amount of money. But ultimately, I loved running my own business. I loved being in control of, you know, everything I did and know that like the harder I worked, the more I did, the more money I could make. And if I didn't, then it was on me. It was my fault. So that's why Lauren and I, or that's the reason, I wanted to start this is because I'm super passionate about helping other people do the same thing. Learn these skills, learn these things that Lauren and I have had the opportunity of learning through amazing leaders, through the many corporate trainings we've had access to and all the things that we've been able to learn from and put into practice. A lot of times you'll see people that are preaching this but haven't even done the job. So we've done it. We've said, okay, these are the things that we know work, and we want to give that to you guys. We want you to put them into practice. We want you to do better, to crush your quota, and all of those things. So that's why I'm excited about Top Performers.
I love all of it. It makes me so happy. And I am Lauren Wesley. Jody and I worked at the same company for a long time. The company before that, we actually also worked at the same company, but didn't know each other because we are in different locations. But I also have been in sales. Gosh, my business to business sales career started 20 years ago. Last month, which is wild. And like Jody, I also took some time recently to be with my kids. I think that's one thing that really differentiates us is that pull of motherhood, right? And might not be there now, but that was really important to us. And I think being in a career like sales where you have the flexibility to make some decisions where you might want to take some time off or even put your schedule around something that's really important to you, you can do. But anyway, been in sales a long time. Like Jody, have a history of being a consistent top performer in the space, but would not have been able to do that if I didn't learn from others. Jody and I were just talking before we hopped on here, and sales is the type of career where nobody makes it to the top or nobody is the best at their company by mistake. And nobody is winging it. Like people will have early success, maybe because of their personality type. There's like, oh, you'd be really good at sales if somebody's really authentic or outgoing or loud or boisterous or fun to be around. And those people do often succeed at sales. But the people who succeed over the long term consistently are those who have learned the craft. And it's the only way to get so much better. So, gosh, there's so much to share about why we're passionate about this. I, unlike Jody, knew that I wanted to get into sales. I had some goals financially, truthfully, and a professor of mine told me when I was a communication major in college, and I was like, oh, maybe I want to go into HR. And he was like, no offense to HR. But he told us if you wanted to make more money than your peers he's like, your first year, if you go into sales, you're not going to make more money than your peers. You're probably going to have an entry level job. But if you get really good at it, you can make a lot of money really fast. And money isn't everything, but at this period in my life, it was something that was important to me for a variety of reasons. So the two things that he told me were to get into sales, of course. And in there, he said, find a company that invests in training and developing their people. He's like, because if you start in sales and you have no training, it is the worst job in the world. And he's right. Like, if you're getting all these no's and all these things, it could be the worst job in the world. But if you have great training, it can be the best. And the second thing he said is to work for a company that promotes from within, because then the people above you have done the job. And that's kind of for a different day. All that being said, Jody and I have loved what sales has done for our lives. We loved learning from others and all the things that it's brought to us. And we're grateful for the mentors that we had and the world that we're seeing now. We're realizing that not everybody has access, especially to a female mentor who has done the job before. So we're here to give that to you. And let's talk about why investing in yourself and your own sales training is the best decision that you can make this year.
And
And
I
that's,
think,
yeah, go ahead,
oh,
Jody.
go ahead. I
No.
was gonna say, well, I think, and if you, Lauren and I have probably been where you are. We started in entry level sales roles and worked our way to enterprise sales roles where we worked with Fortune 100 companies, global companies. So whether you're early on in your career and you're like, my company just is not giving me the training that I need, it's all product focused. Or maybe you're later on in your career and you're thinking, maybe I've gotten away from this consultative selling approach and become more of a transactional and talking more product. That's where we want to bring you back to this because this is how you're going to make more money to be successful in sales is because you have to sell this way. I
Mm-hmm.
think I personally have fallen into the trap in my career where later on found myself at a new company learning all these new amazing features about this product and they have great data on customers that I just want to share and talk about. And before you know it, you're just like a nice to have. You have not become a have to have to your customer. So if you're seeing, deals are pushing or you're not hitting your quota, you're not at President's Club, that's what we want to change. We want to make that change and make sure it happens ASAP before you're missing it again next year.
And you've got to have the training. And one thing that while you were speaking, Jody, it made me think of too is like maybe the company that you're at doesn't have good training, but you want to make it into a company that does. Maybe you have your eye on like a really hot tech sales company, right? What a lot of people do is they learn the craft where they are, where nobody else is getting trained. Then you become a top performer there. And then guess what? When you go to interview at your dream company, you have the stats and you have the story to say, hey, not only am I doing great here, but also I'm a self-starter because I learned this all myself because the company didn't give it to me. And by the way, I'm going to bring everything that I learned to your company, right? So this can help you in a lot of different areas, whether it's succeeding at the company you're at or getting out of the company you're at and getting into an even better one where you will get more continual training and development. But you got to take it into your own hands, I think, if you're here. And we can definitely help you. Um,
100% agree.
yeah.
I think if you just imagine next year, imagine yourself this time, we're making this video in February. Hopefully you're seeing it early in the year. Imagine yourself this time next year on your President's Club trip. Like, I know that feeling where you get to go on stage and you get to get that award from your leaders and you get to share with your family and your friends that you're going on this amazing vacation and it's free and then you're going to be recognized by your company and even get to take a guest. Maybe it's like a friend or a spouse or partner, whatever it might be. I mean, it makes you feel proud of what you did.
hmm And anybody can do it. Anybody can do it if they learn the methodology and apply it. And that has been life changing for us. And it was certainly career changing to learn the things that we teach in top performers and apply them and to see our results change quickly and overnight. And we want that for you. So if you have big,
Absolutely.
ambitious goals for your sales career and for your life, um, we're sharing. We're sharing all the things that we have learned over 40 combined years in sales and success in sales. Um, and we can't wait to teach it to you.
Yes. We have almost 20 videos now, probably more by the time you watch this video. Training videos where you can log on, you can watch them as as you have time on demand. We also have a community of other women in B2B sales that you are part of because we know not every situation is the same. There's a lot of unique circumstances and sales processes that we want to hear what's going on in those and how can we help? How can we help that specific situation and help you get to your goal? So that's where you can share and we can respond and we can have bring other people in to respond.
The community is everything. You also might be wondering what kind of topics we cover, and there are several. Our main course covers like things like how to do discovery, opening your first meeting in a way that actually gets you second meeting and gets you either to where you want to go or knowing that you're on the phone or in person with somebody who's not a good buyer, how to put a proposal together, how to close and negotiate a meeting successfully. We talk about goal setting, which is my personal favorite. Not only visualizing and claiming your goal, but also then backing into how to get there. Because a lot of people have this like, woo woo, here's what I want, which is great and that helps. But then you need to actually come up with a plan on how to back into exactly what you need to do to get there in bite-sized little pieces. That's my favorite. We talk about things we wish we knew earlier in our sales career. We talk about one-liners that will change your conversations. We talk about how to overcome objections. There are so many good trainings in there, and we can't wait for you to listen to them.
Yes. And lastly, I think if you're not quite ready for a membership, there are 2 videos that you can buy as standalones just to get a little taste of what we do have in there. But hopefully you have a good idea from this video. It's a conversation between Lauren and I talking about all of these amazing things we've learned, and we hope they help you and you can use them ASAP so you can get to your number, crush your quota, get to your goals.
Happy selling, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.